Hey, Patty, can you hear us?
I can, thank you.
Okay, go mute yourself. Mic check, mic check.
All right, I'm going to call the City Council regular meeting to order June 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m. We do have a quorum, so we will start with pledges. All right, next up, we will observe a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Item number 4 is invitation to address council. And there is no one that has signed up to address council. So is there anybody here tonight that would like to address? All right, then we will move on to proclamations, presentations, and awards. So we have something here for our dear friend Caesar, who's just looking down, pretending this isn't happening, but it is. Tonight, we are proud to recognize Cesar Garcia for being selected as a recipient for the prestigious ASPA Public Service Leadership Award. It's a national honor that's awarded to individuals who demonstrate exceptional commitment, integrity, and effectiveness in public service. Mr. Garcia's leadership, dedication, and contributions to our city and the field of public administration are truly commendable. He sets a high standard for excellence, and we are honored to have him as part of our KEMA team. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Garcia on this outstanding achievement. And I've already told you I'm under strict instructions from the mayor to drag you up here and get a picture for this. So come on, bud, there's no getting out of it. Okay.
Thank you, Gary.
Do you now? Good for you.
Whoa. Wow. What's that called? Vacation zone?
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. And next up, we have a presentation from CenterPoint regarding their 2025 hurricane preparedness efforts. Welcome.
This works. Can everybody hear me? Excellent. So I'm Ryan Dugan, the Service Area Manager for the Galveston Service Center, which encompasses most of the KEMA location, Clear Lake Shores, all the way down to Galveston, anything that basically is not Texas New Mexico power. So for Galveston County. So we're just going to start. We are determined to learn the lessons from Hurricane Beryl and build the most resilient coastal grid in the country. A lot of that you've seen recently over our basically last, I don't know, almost a year of going through this, but we're going to go through a brief understanding of what's been going on. So over here we have extreme weather risk threat is high for the greater Houston area. I know it highlights Harris County because that was highlighted by FEMA as one of the high risk zones as a dense population with dense urban vegetation. But really, I just wanted to take a moment and say this affects all of us around the Houston area, all the way down to Galveston, all the way up to Conroe, and all the way out to the various other locations that surround Houston. It is a high threat location, as you've seen from the past storms we've had, from derecho to Beryl to the continued storms we've had, including having snow this January. In the Greater Houston Resiliency Initiative, Phase 1 was completed in August of 2024. Phase 2 was just completed actually in May of 2022, May 22nd, 2025 this year. And if we continue on, Phase 3 is a continuation, but in Phase 1, we can keep going. In Phase 1, we were able to accomplish over 2,000 miles of vegetation clearing, over 1,100 poles of replacements, and 307 self-automated devices, often referred to as the closed switches that you see, and they're called trip savers. So the intention of those is to actually be a self-healing grid, and what that means is that if the fuse that there is an issue on the line, such as a tree touching the line or something like that, or a squirrel jumped on the line and it caused the fuse to go out, it will close itself 3 times before eventually opening all the way, assuming there's an actual fault behind it. If it is just a temporary fault, the idea behind this device is it's going to save a truck roll while also bringing back power to those customers faster. So Phase 2, we continued this March, and we ended up replacing over 25,000 poles, over 4,500 self devices, over 4,000 more miles of clearing, and over 400 miles of underground. And we actually achieved a greater amount than this as of May 22nd. In addition to this, we also installed over 100 weather stations, including hiring a meteorologist inside to actually give us further anticipation on what weather is going to do in our area. 317 employees completed FEMA training. Those employees sat through that training for approximately about 2.5 weeks before we finished it all. Exercises hosted to test our emergency response plans. We had those recently back here in May. Meetings being held with local officials and offices of emergency management and preparation. We had that. Mr. Garcia was actually there and attended. And then we have 21 emergency backup generators that were being donated by the CenterPoint Energy Foundation. 2 of those are actually located in Galveston County. One is in Bay Cliff, and the other is at the airport in Galveston. So 2026 to 2028, we are committed to a resiliency plan. This is including $5.75 billion of investment targeted for the entire area. Benefits that we are looking to obtain are 1.3 billion minutes of resiliency, which basically means that we're trying to achieve less amount of outages throughout that time, strengthening the resiliency by more than 30%, expanding the system capacity because we are growing, just like everywhere it's growing. And then at the same time, we're trying to save $50 million per year in storm costs and avoid $500,000 outages in a bill like resiliency improvements by 2029, more automated devices, more undergrounding, 130,000 stronger distribution poles. That includes clearing of more hazardous vegetation, which we are working with communities like yourselves to find and identify vegetation that may impact our primary. If that's the case, we are willing to work with you, and our foresters are willing to work with you to identify those and get those taken care of. 2,200 stronger transmission towers. Obviously, the retro showed us the ability of what Mother Nature can do to those towers, so we are changing a lot of those out. And 99% of the substations will be raised above the 500-year floodplain. So what's to expect during an extreme weather event? Stage 1, we are going to pre-stage crews and monitor weather. Depending on what the storm is going to be, we may pre-stage crews in the Houston area, or we may bring them from outside and continue to work on monitoring the weather and figuring out the best locations that they need to be. The derecho obviously showed us it can attack from the north. Hurricane Beryl obviously can come from the south. Stage 2 is inspect and repair weather-related damage. I personally drove over the causeway during Beryl. I don't recommend it. I'll never do it again. But at the same time, we were boots on the ground as soon as that storm passed. My guys were actually out in the field on Galveston Island as of 8:30 a.m. So we were boots on the ground as soon as it passed. Stage 3 is to restore power, prioritize critical facilities and services first, and then we'll follow that up with the greatest residential impact we possibly can. How we communicate. We launched a new outage tracker that came out. We have a dedicated emergency event website. We will have daily calls, text, or emails. Particular to the city, we will invite y'all all to a daily call that we will have with you, and we will have daily operations. That's what that will go over. Social media channels, we will be pursuing those, as well as radio and local news. Now, the way we communicate, as referenced before, the outage. I will say the outage tracker is very similar to what I look at on a daily basis. The only information you don't get is who the group is. How we communicate, our alert service. Please, please, please ask your citizens to sign up for Power Alert Service. If they are not signed up for it, it is more difficult to communicate with them in the event of a power outage. There are customer support programs that we want everyone to be knowledgeable of. In the event of a storm, we understand that everyone is a critical customer at that point, especially in the summer months because it gets hot. And so we also want to make sure that everyone is aware of these critical support programs that are available to citizens and everyone else in the surrounding area. How customers can prepare, we would hope that y'all are going to post a similar kit. If you haven't already, I believe I checked the website, and Caesar, I believe y'all already posted this and something similar to it. Are there any questions? I know that's very fast, and I know a lot of things are going on, and there's a lot of moving parts. Particular to chemo, you have checked a lot of the poles out to fiberglass poles. You probably identified a lot of them along Highway 96 and 146. You've probably seen those go in. There's also more coming in every day. So we will be continuing to change these out, and we will be continuing to move forward with a more resilient program.
Mayor Bojan, just on this, part of entering actual hurricane season, all the prudent center moving forward, established a strong relationship with Mr. Duggan and his office, as well as we discussed several other factors, working with Public Works to work on outages. Mr. Duggan's office has already received all of our current lights that are out, as well as exploring the idea of looking to change all of our lights to LED in the future. So we wanted to strengthen our relationship, but also kick off here the fact that we're starting hurricane season. Constant reminder, it's better to be ahead of time, be ahead of things that occur, but also to showcase other things that CenterPoint was able to do before the storm that we know that will probably definitely come.
Well, definitely appreciate you coming out. It's especially right after a storm when people have their issues with their power. It's very popular to slag on CenterPoint. But you guys move heaven to get things restored, and it's appreciated. And the fact that you come in advance and make this information available and make yourself available, it does mean a lot. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. And the mayor has my number, trust me.
I'm sure she does.
So does Caesar, and so does Chief of Police.
That sounds good. Well, we definitely appreciate you being
Is there some information we can put on our website that connects to this?
Yes, this is publicly available.
We wanted to share it here, but also push it out through all of our residents. But we also encourage everybody here through word of mouth, through HOAs, through any groups to make sure that folks do sign up for the outage tracker, and also any local folks that also work at the local registry.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey. Up is mayor's comments and announcements, and if it's not obvious to you, I am not Mayor Robin Collins. She is unable to attend this evening due to a personal matter, and she does appreciate your understanding. However, she left me stuff to say, so there will be comments from Mayor Collins just given by me. Good evening, everyone. I would like to start tonight by sharing some exciting news about our upcoming 4th of July parade. This year's theme is Red, White, and Kemah Blue, a tribute to our city's 60th birthday. It's a big milestone, and we're marking it in a big way. The parade will begin at 10 a.m. on the morning of July 4th, and we're proud to announce our Grand Marshals, Sylvia Streeter and Bill Kerber, two longtime residents who have faithfully served and supported Kemah. If you would like to be a part of this year's parade, please register at kematx.gov. Only entries submitted through the online form will be eligible for an award. Also happy to share that Fireworks Friday at the Kemah Boardwalk will begin this Friday and will run weekly through July. These are always a summer highlight, and we're proud to sponsor them once again through our hot sponsorship program. It's a wonderful way to spend the evening and support our local businesses while enjoying the view. And coming up on June 18th through the 21st, the Texas Outlaw Challenge returns to Kemah, another exciting event that draws visitors from near and far. As part of that weekend, do not miss the annual Stampede Street Party on Thursday, June 19th in the Lighthouse District from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. This is also a hot sponsored event. We're proud to support it as it brings energy and tourism to our city. With summer upon us, it is also a good time to remember that Kemah's charm, waterfront, and local attractions will draw many visitors. Our city shines at this time of year, and folks come from all over to enjoy what we are fortunate enough to live with every day. That does mean more traffic, busy sidewalks, and tighter parking. I encourage you to show patience, kindness, and hospitality that Kemah is known for. A welcoming spirit makes a lasting impression, and it reflects the pride that we share in our community. As a reminder, hurricane season is officially here. The city of Kemah is prepared, and we just heard from CenterPoint Energy on their seasonal plans. I want to encourage all the residents and business owners to begin or refresh their own emergency preparations now. You can find these helpful tips on our website. And finally, before closing, on behalf of Mayor Collins, I want to express our heartfelt thanks to Councilmember Teresa Vasquez Evans for her years of dedicated service to Kemah. Teresa has led with integrity and heart, and we're grateful for her contributions. As she has stepped down effective June 1, we wish her the very best in her next chapter. City Council will move forward in appointing someone to serve the remainder of her term, which runs through May 26th, and we remain committed to continuing the service and care that she demonstrated during her time in office. I will only add to that, as that concludes the mayor's comments. I spoke with Teresa. I spoke with her before she sent the email, and I spoke with her about an hour ago before I came here. And wanted to at least just share, I mean, it's interesting, so much of what you read online in regards to Kima is so far off base. There really wasn't anything addressing the reason that she is stepping away. It truly is nothing more than she's accepted another job that will not afford her the opportunity to serve on city council any longer. I've known Teresa a long time. In fact, I think she was on city council the day I met her. She's been here a long time. She's contributed a lot. When you see her, be sure to tell her thank you. And, she was great to work, if Teresa agreed with you, she did so with great passion. If she disagreed with you, she did so with great passion. I know because I was on both sides of that, but I did enjoy serving with her. She did some wonderful things, and I will miss her. So we will now move to council members' comments and announcements. Councilman Oliver.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Caesar, again, congratulations on your award. That's awesome. And just ready to get started.
Sounds good. Councilman Wallace.
Same here. Congratulations again, and congratulations on your boots.
Steve, that's what I'm talking about. Where's my plaque? That's what I want to know.
And thanks, everyone, for coming out. I appreciate you.
And Councilman Saldana.
Man, always the last guy, so I'm always the last one to say it. But congratulations, good job. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
All right. City Administrator report.
Thank you. Thank you very much, council, staff, and residents. Right before this meeting at 5 o'clock, we had an open meeting workshop style for residents, business owners to come forward to discuss our 4th of July traffic pattern and all of our plans to make sure that we try to mitigate any issues that we may have with traffic. Last year, we did welcome almost 60,000 visitors to the city of Kima during the 4th of July, and we expect that number to be higher this year. Thus, we have been going through very, very, very long preparation meetings and to make sure that we poke holes in our own plan. We've also invited neighboring cities. We had the pleasure of having the county, as far as almost every city around us, be part of our planning efforts to make sure that we take our neighbors into account, and how the event that occurs in Kima that is enjoyed by others, that we also have others be part of the solution. So we're happy to report we had the first workshop today. We'll have another one the Wednesday before the 4th of July. This year will be a challenge because it will be on a Friday, but we look forward to acknowledging that, working with TxDOT, the county, and all of our neighboring cities to make it a safe and joyous holiday event.
All right. Any questions for Caesar? Do you have any staff reports?
None at this meeting. We'll usually report those at the second meeting unless something else comes up. And as of time of this meeting, no one else had anything to report.
All right, very good. Item number 10 is the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion. Is there a second? All right, we have a motion by Councilman Saldana and a second by Councilman Wallace. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11, consideration and possible action on appointments to the City of Kima Municipal Management District, MMD1.
I'll make a motion to appoint Keely Chapman.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Moving right along. Okay, item number 11B, consideration and possible action to approve the sale of a seized vehicle at auction. Vehicle in question is a 2010 Ford F-150.
Okay, so when I got here, it was brought to my attention by city staff that there is a old vehicle, a 2001 Ford pickup that's up on the screen that's been sitting over at the service center, service barn for years. We seized this back in, I think, 2019. It's in poor condition, needs to go. We just need your approval to surplus it and get it out there so we can put it on the auction block and get it out of his way and get it off of our books.
That's correct. There's not a key to it?
No, sir. And it is ours. It is in our name. I ran it. So when we did seize it, the paperwork was done. It just sat over here for a while, then it got moved over to the service barn, and now it's time for it to go to someone else.
Fair enough.
make a motion to approve the sale of the seized vehicle at auction.
Okay, we have a motion. Does anybody care to second? All right. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 11C, consideration possible action on a memorandum of understanding with the University of Houston SBDC Small Business Development Corporation.
Yes, sir. This item was brought to KCDC for informational purposes at last night's meeting. We also have the representative, Ms. Amy Reed, who was present to answer any questions that were available. Although that this MOU will serve KCDC purposes, it is an MOU with the city. And essentially what this organization does is they're a nonprofit organization funded through the University of Houston, and they help small businesses start, maintain, and expand their small businesses. We have over 300 businesses in the city of Kemah, many of which are small businesses, and we want to make sure we offer them any resources possible to grow in their endeavors. So some of the activities include business advising, free access to training, tools, and resources to help them start, grow, and expand in their services. We're asking for your approval of this MOU. There's no cost MOU at this time.
They came last night to KCDC and we actually asked them a lot of questions, and it's actually I think it's a great program, and it's the right price. And they're very passionate about it. And I think a city like us has a bunch of small businesses, highly beneficial.
Is it driven by students or is it graduates, undergraduates, postgrad?
No, sir. It's actually funded through the University of Houston through grant funds. So it is actually working professionals that do drive this.
They do things like social media marketing and
Yeah.
finance and all kinds of stuff.
Business plan development, marketing, I mean, you name it.
I'll make a motion to approve the MOU with the University of Houston SBDC Small Business Development Corporation.
Okay, do we have a second? Second. All right, motion by Councilman Oliver, second by Councilman Wallace. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 11E, consideration of possible action to approve amended resolution 2025-25. Oh, did we skip D? Oh, I circled it too fast. Consideration of possible action to approve an agreement with KTX Events in response to Kemah Events proposal.
Yes, sir. We opened this opportunity to maximize and try to drive traffic during non-peak times through Kemah for use in whether it's events or whether it's markets or any type of activity. We did have one respondent who was here tonight, should any questions be needed. And the idea is to offer different themed markets that would allow us to maximize our most valuable real estate, which is our time, during non-peak times to try to drive traffic to our local businesses and the business community. We're here to entertain any questions on this, and the respondent is here should you have any questions for her to respond to.
I read over it. I would say on the surface, when you deal with these vendor markets, it's always iffy, I do like that it's a little more regimented. I like that you put it out. I like that we're charging for some of this. I think it's all good. And I love the events. I love that. That's something we've been missing for a long time. It fell on Patty, which it really shouldn't. And we remember we first hired Patty, that was intended to be a volunteer-based initiative, was the egg extravaganza and all that kind of stuff. And I've seen her organize events before, do some of the homeschool stuff and some of that stuff. And I think she does a really good job with it. And if somebody wants to step up and volunteer, I think we should let them. That's just my opinion.
Yes, sir. And this item also came back, not as an action item, but just a review item to communicate with KCDC. Again, this agreement would be with the city, not with KCDC. Bless you. And wanted just to make sure that they were also informed. The only question that may have come up about this in the past was how do we control sales tax or anything like that by those vendors? And what we decided to come up with as part of this agreement was just charge everybody a blanket fee per existence, per event to cover that. And regardless of what they make or don't make, then that's the fee that would cover what the sales tax would have generally created from that event.
Okay.
So we looked at this from just about every angle possible before bringing it to you tonight.
Do you have any questions?
You said this is an action item?
This is an
Yeah,
action item
it
tonight.
wasn't
Last
the
night
case.
it was not, but tonight it is.
Anybody care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with KTX Events in response to Kima Events proposal.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we will go to 11E, consideration and possible action to approve amended resolution 2025-25, a resolution of the City Council of the Kingdom of Texas designating application for a grant application submission and signatory rights for a contractual document pertaining to the 2025 City of Kima SB 224 Catalytic Converter Grant Program. Now, this is the one that just required wording.
This was just a change of language. When we submitted the grant, they wanted us to put specific names. We put just positions, so we wanted to clarify that. We were asked to clarify that. So that's what's being shown tonight, to make sure that everybody was on the clear. It's always a good thing when the funding agency asks you for more information, which means we're still in the running for consideration for grant funding. So we wanted to promptly get them whatever they needed as soon as possible.
Anyone have any questions, or does anyone care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to, go ahead, man.
No, you go
I'll
ahead.
wait,
No,
I'll
no.
wait. I'll make a motion to approve the amended resolution 2025-25.
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, and as we do not have an executive session scheduled, no one objects, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
So moved and seconded. We are out of here, guys. Thanks.
Man, you gotta run more meetings. You gotta run more meetings.
Oh. This is- Oh, that's so wrong. And look at him just